have to play to win.
For the love of God and country.
Ignorance is bliss.
You can't take it with you.
Good night.
What's your emergency?
Well, here we are at the end of our series on a life worth living. And I hope you learned some things from it. I hope it brought you to the place where I want you to be today with me in this program. Willing to have a relationship with life, maybe to have some intimacy with life. If there's anything I wanted you to get out of this series, it is that you can have intimacy with life. You can have a meaningful life, and it means being close to life. What does intimacy with life mean? It means you can hear this. You can hear the voice of the sound of running water. It isn't about enjoying this. It isn't about looking at it and going, oh, isn't it beautiful? Anybody can see that this is beautiful. But it's about listening to it. It's about hearing what it's saying to you. It's about feeling how this water is running through you, just like it's running through me in this very moment. Even though I'm on video here with you and on TV, this is happening to you and me. Now, this requires that we step out of our mind. This requires that I learn how to listen to this with a clear mind, a mind that is no longer seeking to consider whether or not this is beautiful or not, or whether this is real or not. People have a great deal of difficulty with reality. I don't know what you call reality, but to me, reality is the ability to recognize the flow of life coming through me, no matter what it is I'm doing, no matter where it is I am, no matter what's happening in my life. It is to bring everything into my life and then to be able to feel it. People don't feel much. If you ask people about feelings, they think that I'm talking about emotion. I'm not talking about emotion. You can't get emotional about this. What you can get is in tune with it. And the resonation of your feelings, learning how to resonate to this, is what it's all about. And feeling it. Here we are in this beautiful forest in Big Sur. I mean, it is special. There's no doubt about it. This has been around for thousands of years, but what does that matter? It's only a number. The thing that really matters is, can I feel my oneness with it? Everybody came into this life for various reasons. Some of you are here to work out your karma. Some of you are here to find your destiny and fulfill it. Some of you are here to relive your fate over and over and over again until it becomes something inside of you that resonates to the meaning of your life, until you see futility. Most of us are not humble enough on the inside to be able to resonate to anything except pride, vanity, and ego. And that's why we have such a difficult time. We're always looking for something to enjoy, something that gratifies us. And the more gratified we are, the more we think we're happy. I am reminding you that in a spiritual path, that is not what life is all about. In the spirituality of your life, you are not here to gratify yourself, nor am I. What we're here for? To resonate. You've heard that old saying, you know, life is about what takes your breath away. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's what brings you back to your breath, not what takes it away. We're not here to have our breath taken away, you know, and be all excited about it. It's all about what brings me back to my breath so I can hear the sound of one hand clapping, so I can hear the sound of running water and feel it inside my own life, feel it flowing in me, and then disappear, where there's no barriers between myself and this river and the sound of the running water that is being offered to me right now as a mantra, as a blessing, as a language. This is actually a language in life. You know, if you live long enough and you live with some sense of consciousness, you begin to find that futility is the greatest teacher of humankind. Humankind never learns. They just never, ever learn. We keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Not because we're stupid, but because we're smart. Because we're always thinking in a clever way of how to get something we want that we think will make us happy. This is beyond happiness. This is beyond sorrow. Buddha said, live beyond the beyond. Wow, what a statement to make. Live beyond the beyond. In other words, live beyond whatever it is you think is beyond your own thoughts, beyond your own beliefs. You can't believe in the sound of running water. You can't build a philosophy about it. You can't make a religion or politics out of it. Things that make no sense to the mind are the most valuable things in this life. Few people are interested in the valuable things in life. They want everything to serve the purposes of their senses, their intellect, their vanity, and their pride. Only when I'm humble enough on the inside of me to really hear this do I find a life really worth living. You see, there's really nothing I can say that would appeal to you, that would make you see the meaning of your life or a life worth living. You'd have to be able to examine how you have lived from within yourself and not be insisting upon the idea that life was some situation out there. Here's what it's all about: humility. Most of us are not simple enough on the inside to be able to understand life or to be able to receive it. If I understand life with my mind, with my body, I miss the entire situation. I miss the meaning of it. If I can receive life, a different kind of understanding starts to dwell in me. That understanding isn't predicated on my intellectual strengths. It isn't based on my emotional wit either. It's about living in a simplistic way on the inside, to take everything as it is, the way it is, not for how I think about it, but for the experience it can give me that helps me move out of my beliefs, out of my mind, out of my ideas. Now, I know I sound like I'm talking, double talk here, and it must be very hard for some of you to understand. But here's the gig, and here's how it all works. If you have a precept, a concept, a construct in your mind as to what life really is, then there's no way to experience it. You will only interpret it. This is all an ephemeral dream to the mind. All of this stuff that you see running around here, this is all dream stuff. It's in your hands, but once you try to touch it, it doesn't exist anymore. The best way to understand life is not to understand it at all. The best way to understand life is just to accept it. And remember when I talked about how life is love and it's all about love? That's what this is. It's all about love. This is love. Not in a form that you might be able to understand with your thoughts. Why is the river here? Why is the forest here? Why is the sun above us? Why is there sky? You can build all sorts of theories, and science can go into why it is all there proportionately. Everything in this life has its own place, its own realm, its own dimension. That's the meaning of it. That's a life worth living. Finding your place in this life is everywhere. Not in one thing, it's in all things. That's why love is what it is. When you're living in love beyond the rational thought, when you no longer have a plan for life, no longer have a philosophy of life, no longer have a belief in it, you're free. You're free of your misery, you're free of your suffering, you're free of your ideas and ideals, and you are free of your gratifications. What is left? Well, we have been told it is something called bliss. Dancing among the trees here and in the water and through the rocks, there is a bliss. You can feel it at times. It's just a little momentary thing. When your guard goes down, when your intellect goes down, when your fears go down ever so slightly, when you're no longer as interested in preserving what you call life in here and trying to hold memories, when you're no longer trying to make your life what you thought it should be, then this comes screaming out at you. I think it's good to take walks in nature. I think it's good to have hikes and take time to reassess the meaning of your life. It's about catching your inner breath, catching the breath of your own spirit and your own soul, and then allowing your life to reflect that breath in everything that you do, to reflect the in, the out, the up, the down, no longer making life a philosophy. Too many people do one of two things. They either make a philosophy out of life or they simply really don't care. You go ask most people, what is your life all about? What is life? They can't tell you. Well, you know, I guess where I live and what I've done in my world and what I've done in my history and what I want to be, and that's as far as most people go. Some people make it out to be something where there is an ending that is really satisfactory to their senses, and that's what it's all about. But I say no, none of that's real. I say life is what is happening to you now. It's happening to me now. And if we don't ignore it, if we can welcome it, if we can allow it to be exactly what it's meant to be, if we can get simple enough on the inside, removing ourselves from our pride, removing ourselves from what we want, removing ourselves from our desires, if we can just for a moment, maybe through some meditation or some quiet time, just for a moment, be there without the conflict that is necessary for the mind to engage us. Without conflict, there is a life that, if examined, brings you to love, which is what you were all about in the first place and always have been.
Simplicity for me is about getting out of my head and realizing where you are in any particular moment at any given time or place, and take a look at life that's going on around us. Simplicity is
So the whole effort of life, the whole meaning of life is to give yourself to the moment, wherever you are, to give yourself to the breath of every moment, and stop trying to make every moment how you believe or I may believe it should be. When we get our shoulds out of the way and we can give ourselves to the moment of our life, any moment, whether it be a sad moment, a sorrowful moment, a joyful moment, a moment of celebration, whatever it is, sadness, it doesn't matter. Give yourself totally to the moment. Don't let there be one thing in you where you are just a little bit reserved about it. Let everything pass through you. My master, before I left India the last time with him, he said something very beautiful to me. He said, open up all the doors, open up all the windows. Let the air come through. Let everything come through. Let the spring, the fall, the winter come through. Let everything dance through you. It is such a true statement. Because when you and I are allowing everything to dance through us, to really engulf us, then we are no longer trying to be in competition with our life. So let me give you some suggestions. These are just mere little suggestions, okay? Don't try to be the best at everything. Everybody wants to be the best. I don't think everyone should be the best at everything or at anything. Maybe earnest, maybe sincere. Why should you be the best? I'm not saying you should do everything half-assed either. I think we should do everything, chop wood, carry water, give it our very best effort, but never be concerned about the results and thinking in terms of, well, was I the best? Am I the best Zen teacher? Hardly. But that doesn't mean I don't have something to give and that I don't bless you in some way. Obviously, you bless me with your attention. Things don't have to be perfect to be loved and to be love. And once you understand that, the conflict goes down. And when there is no conflict, there is no competition. If there's anything you're going to seek to do in a life worth living, it is to be of service to love, to be of service to humankind, and to do everything you can to make love possible, not only with yourself, but with others. This means whatever you're doing, whatever you're working with, whether you're cleaning your house or you're chopping up your vegetables at home, no matter what you are doing, you're not in conflict. You're not trying to create some kind of false competition with your life. You're not trying to do something that nobody else has done so you can get some accolades. You're just doing what you're doing because that's where you are at the moment. As you begin to live without this kind of conflict and need for perfection to be loved and to be admired, you start to find that your ego diminishes ever so slightly. We suffer in this world due to ego. Everybody's ego is bumping up against everybody else's ego, trying to find who's the best and who has self-worth. If your self-worth can be proved out into the world, then it isn't true love. You're just fooling yourself. Most people never really fulfill their lives because they're so busy trying to have the perfect life or be better than or have more than others. Don't go there. See everyone as your equal. See everything as your equal. Don't do things because you should or you're obligated. Do things because you can. Many years ago on Aspire, I made a statement. I got a ton of mail on it. People were laughing at me, but it's a true statement. It's an old Zen saying, it's not mine. Want what's happening now. I'm saying that 24 years later on Aspire. Want what's happening now. Want what this experience is, whatever it is. Don't try to dress it up. Don't try to guard it. Don't try to make it. Don't try to look at it and try to rearrange it. Just let it be whatever it is. And if you sit in meditation with it, if you can hear the sound of running water with it, you'll start to see that things change. And as they change, they grow. And as they grow, they change form. And pretty soon, the key to a life worth living is that you begin to see yourself in everything that you do and in everything that is around you. You're no longer separate from any of this. In that oneness comes your highest nature, your most beautiful nature, your most loving nature. And it is in that loving nature that you are allowed to do more than most people in a lifetime ever really care to do. And that is feel the presence of a love that is greater than anything you've ever done in your life and anything you've ever wanted. It's practice, it's practice. Every day is a practice. To surrender to the moment and never allow the moment to get in the way of love. That's the whole point. Socrates was right. To live a life unexamined is not a life worth living. I hope you'll take a little look at your life and make it worth living. Well, that was the last program in this series, and it's all about simplicity. The emphasis of our life is simplicity. And if you become intimate with life, it will be because you took the time to get simple. That means you're not complicated. It means you're not trying to make things happen that aren't happening. It means you're reducing your fear, your anger, your need for right over wrong, your need for good over bad, and you're not trying to make yourself happy all the time. Listen to me. You don't need to be happy. You need to be insightful and loving, kind, forgiving, merciful. Those are not qualities that make the ego happy. If you're looking for happiness, you're looking for gratification. If you're looking for simplicity, you have found your life and the meaning of it. And you have found what I've been trying to offer to you in this series. So take a look at it. Go back and kind of remember all the things I was trying to teach you. The value of this series was found in what Socrates said: a life lived unexamined isn't worth living. I want to thank all the people that make these programs possible. I want to thank Merlin Productions for all of their help. I want to thank my donors, my sponsors who hover around this program and gave a lot of money to make this all happen as a gift to those of you who are watching right now. Their love and their care is what you're feeling. And I want to thank Master Dow for kicking my butt all over the place during this series. You never know what that little guy's going to say. I'm sure he has some closing thoughts for me here at the end. I want to thank those of you who take the time to come to my website and offer me questions and insights, things that I can use to make future programs. And I want to thank you just for being you. Please forgive me. Namaste. Master Dow, you wouldn't believe it. I just bought this $2 hot dog with a $20 bill, and the guy wouldn't give me my change back. Of course. What do you mean, of course? I'm out 18 bucks. Now, I want you to use your little Dow wisdom and all that other stuff and go down there and reason this out with me. Fool, change comes from within. I don't want the change within. I want the change back in my pockets. Oh, jeez.
And action.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you don't meditate.
And cut. Okay.
What a day. First day, total hell. What, we started at what time?
5 a.m.
5 a.m. It is now 5:45. I am too old for this. I want to stand in, and here's my new stand-in. Master Dow, how do I get to the other side? Dunce. No, no, no. How do I get to the other side? You're already on the other side.